Beards calls thick description. By the end of the 1980s, that had become a book, The Zuni Man-Woman, with one before it, Living the Spirit, a collection of writings by lesbian and gay Native Americans, and one after it, Changing Ones, third and fourth genders in Native North America. By then, I had gone back to graduate school and received my PhD in History of Consciousness from UC Santa Cruz. But Harry's research and his constant dialogue continued to spur me. Harry had drawn my attention to non-Western patterns of homosexuality and to the voices of indigenous and people of color not being included in LGBT studies. That led me to work on two other projects, Stephen Murray's Islamic Homosexualities and Boy Wives and Female Husbands, Studies in African Homosexualities. Works that still stand as rather lonely hilltops on a barren plain. And like Harry, I found that my scholarly interests led to indeed demanded activism. For nearly 10 years, I worked with the Gay American Indians organization in San Francisco, learning how to make fry bread, attending powwows and memorials for the many members lost to AIDS, and laughing until my side hurt at stories told late in the night about that crazy trickster, the white man. In 1995, I published Queer Spirits, a collection of myths and folklore with an exploration of gay psychological archetypes. Both Harry and John made many contributions to that project. My last book, Jesus in the Shamanic Tradition of Same-Sex Love, is the most deeply influenced by Harry and the most like him. That is to say, over-the-top, speculative, and quixotic. I tried to carry forward not only Harry's thinking about subject-subject consciousness, but what I learned in the course of the HIV epidemic. It's been several years now since my travels with Harry, John, and Brad came to an end. Brad succumbed to AIDS in 1996. Harry and John are gone. Tonight I stand here not as a scholar or writer, but as a witness to two epic events in LGBT history, which is my job to remember: the epidemic and Harry Hay. As Bradley wrote in his journal the days before he died, what I like, what I'm drawn to, the intense, fascinating glamour of the world is its totality, light and dark, life and death, pain and pleasure. Well, it's my great pleasure and honor to be your witness tonight for the happiest part of my life, my adventures with Harry Hay. On August 10, 1948, Harry Hay wrote a prospectus that anticipated the goals, forms, and institutions of today's international lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender movement to an extent that was truly prophetic. And for 6 decades, he brooded over this new movement as it sputtered to life, nudging it to its feet in the 1950s, stealing its resolve in the 1960s, challenging it to claim its rightful place among the great causes of our time, until 2002, when still grumbling and grousing, still issuing alarms and calls, his brow furrowed at the horizon, he passed. He was 90. Up close, Harry's life is trees swaying in a turbulent wind, but from the ridges above it is a forest rich and verdant. Creating a movement to secure the human dignity of sexual minorities was his vision. Finding a Whitmanic brotherhood of gay comrades in which to live and learn, which he first imagined as a young man working shoulder to shoulder with Wobblies in the fields of Nevada, was his dream, and he realized both. Harry died in the arms of his beloved radical fairies with the love of his life, John Burnside, by his side. These two boys, for nearly 4 decades, were together clinging, never leaving, excursions making, fulfilling their foray, and walking into the pages of history. On this occasion of the centennial of Harry's birth, let us celebrate not only the triumph of his life, but as well all that our movement has achieved in the span of a single lifetime. From a bold proposal typed in the wee hours of the morning to a movement of international scope and influence. Today, our dignity is affirmed by presidents, nations, world organizations, and our cause, freedom from hate, liberation from shame, captures the imagination of everyone who yearns to be free. Welcome to Glee Nation. Tonight I want to talk about the importance of Harry Hay, his activism and ideas, and the adventure that awaits those willing to engage his remarkable body of work. It's a radical enterprise, in the sense of the word that Harry liked to point out, to the root. For in exploring Harry's life, we will return to the roots of LGBT liberation, contemplating not only its proximate causes and circumstances, but as well the nature of the inner conflict that finds its resolution in an act of sheer audacity, declaring an identity, signing up for a cause. When it comes to our movement's origins, Harry Hay is the taproot. I'm not claiming for him the title of founder, as if that were a championship title. And I'm not calling him our Martin Luther King Jr. or Cesar Chavez or Dolores Huerta or Robert Morgan. He is simply our Harry Hay, a leader of equal stature, but in a style specific to our community. And if you have difficulty putting together the idea of major historical figure and really big queen, you've come to the right place. Because I will argue that this drama queen, in his holy fool outfit of jeans and camouflage skirt and fake pearls, ranks among the most inspiring and courageous civil rights leaders in American history. In the 1950s,